You like Spider-Man, right? Then God, do I have a treat for you. So I like doing videos on stupid comics, but unfortunately, a lot of those have to do with people fucking. Next one will be different, I promise, because I'm tired of it too. This is Marvel Comics Trouble, published by Epic. It's written by Mark Millar. It's a romance comic that follows May, Mary, Ben, and Richard that eventually become the Parker family. Ben and Richard Parker are brothers, and May and Mary are friends. And guess what? Aunt May is actually Peter's mom.
Oh no!
The art style on this comic grosses me out a little bit. Like, look at those feet. Our four heroes, May, Ben, Richard, and Mary, are off to work together at a resort for the summer. They haven't met yet. Richard makes a joke that Ben is gay, which is ironic because people named Richard go by Dick. Promise me you'll stay away from alcohol and cigarettes and all those terrible fast and loose women. Fast and loose, bro. Anyways, May and Mary immediately start publicly downing shots and getting trashed on the bus. As soon as they get there, this comic does not beat around the bush. Half the shit they talk about is wanting to pork someone. And the resort manager's literal first rule is they can't have any intimate relations. Anyways, they start working and complain that they actually have to do fucking work at the resort, which is literally what they signed up for. Anyways, bro gets so little bitches that his condoms literally expired, which means he's had them for 5 fucking years. Anyways, there's a dance and they sneak away in the water to get frisky. Then Mr. Bro comes over. Oh, for the love of mercy, what kind of orgiastic or like an orgiastic activities? I guess he's deaf because they literally sprint right past him without him hearing. Ben and May then go on to get a little funky, while Mary isn't ready yet. Also, May does the Mary Jane thing. Anyways, afterwards, they have a meaningless conversation, but they're still horny as hell, and probably pork each other again. Meanwhile, Richard and Mary are just talking wholesomely, making Ben and May look like whores. It's all really cheesy, and I'm really starting to question why the fuck I decided to read this comic. But they also make a joke at the expense of Superman comics, which I think is great. Richard is real antsy because he ain't getting anything from Mary. Meanwhile, the other two, Ben and May, are going to town. They go shopping or whatever, more stupid romance. Then Mary says the main reason she hasn't been doing it with Richard is because a fucking palm reader said that if she had sex before she got married, she'd be a mom before she was 20. So, here's my question. What if she's older than 20? So, the reason May is fucking like crazy is because the palm reader said that nobody would ever call her mom. Aunt May. Aunt May. So, to be honest, I didn't realize this at first because for some reason I can't get straight who's Mary and who's May. But at the end of the second issue, May, who is the one porking Ben, got picked on by a dude, and Richard was there and was talking to her and helping her feel better, and then they kissed. And guess what? They fucked. You know, I don't particularly like you. You're arrogant and obnoxious, and you're cheap and slutty. Then why did you have sex? Then they get into a yelling match and fuck again. And apparently, the next morning as well. Then, for some reason, May decides to tell Mary that she's cheating on Ben, but she won't say with who, and Mary promises not to tell. Anyways, Ben starts to get suspicious that she's cheating and asks May about it. Then she tells him about what happened with the guy that was messing with her, and then he gets angry and goes to fight him, but loses like a little bitch. So later, Richie and May are going at it again. Remember, these are the ones who are technically cheating on each other. Ben walks in on them and sees Richie, but not who he was porking. But when he leaves, he sees Mary, meaning he found out that Richie's cheating on Mary with someone, but he doesn't know that it's May. And oh no, May's period is 2.5 weeks late. So she took a rabbit test to see if she was pregnant, which if you don't know what that is, it's actually kind of insane. You literally inject urine into a rabbit, then murder it, dissect its ovaries, and that'll tell you if you're pregnant. It's pretty fucked up. Let me say that again. May Parker is pregnant from either Ben or Richard Parker's child. And so now, Mary is like, well, if May is pregnant, then that means the palm reader was wrong. So I can pork Richard. So May goes to tell Richard that she's pregnant, but finds out him and Mary are sleeping together, so now she decides not to tell him. So then she goes to tell Ben that she's pregnant, but he has something to say too. Stupid bitch. So this stupid bitch decides to disappear and starts living in some bum's trailer. Finally, she decides to call Mary. So Mary came over and holy shit, she just starts tearing into her, bro. Holy shit. 47 times? Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. So May asks for Mary's help, and so they come up with a solution. So we fast forward to Richie's house, and he's with his dad in the garage building a car or whatever the fuck. And Mary shows up out of nowhere. After months of not speaking to him, not replying to letters, she's just over there still at the freaking hotel. She was there with May, and they got the child and whatever. Like, the child was born, and then she comes to see Richie, and she brings the child, and she's like, look, bitch. She slaps it on the table, and she's like, look, this your kid, dude. And so she comes with the fucking baby and convinces Richard that it's actually their child. So technically the fortune teller was right, because she did eventually have sex, and as we all know, May ends up becoming Aunt May, so she's not called mother, and the other bitch is a mom before she turns 20. So at the wedding between Richard and Mary, Bucky Barnes shows up for some reason. So at the end, Ben and May also make up, and we all know where that goes. They're gonna get married eventually, whatever. But the point is that everyone fucked May. Then Ben found out that he was sterile, but Richard also fucked May. So Peter Parker is May and Richard's child, their bastard son. So Aunt May is actually Peter's mom. So next time someone says Aunt May, make sure you correct them and tell them about this comic book and tell them that I told you that she's his mom, technically, except this isn't actually canon in the main universe. But that's all. That's the comic. There was 5 issues, and it was really weird. The covers are creepy. I don't like it. Once again, a writer trying to do some funky shit, and it just ends up coming off as creepy and gross, because it is. I don't want to do any more of these where I talk about, like, people messing up their timeline and shit, and, like, fucking being their own father and shit. But I do have other comic videos. You can watch the one I did on Superman Grounded, Sins Past, where Norman Osborn fucks Gwen Stacy. This is a secret Easter egg. I was just recording. It was actually kind of embarrassing because bro saw me through the window. It's Valentine's Day. You know what? I'm just gonna end the video. So subscribe. Watch the other videos. That was really embarrassing, but also that guy was chill as fuck.